Hey everyone, Corey from aquariumcoop.com. Today we're working on the rack again. It's Sunday and we've got 3 of the tanks in, and I thought, you know what, I better do some filming. And here's, the sneak peek of how it's gonna look. Got about 10 inches right between here. I always wish I had more, but we want it off the ground because we want it to be able to drain. And then it's already gonna put the next tank like up to here. So kind of that's how it came out, as you can see over here, I suppose. The tank's right here. So it's already pretty tall, and when you do giant tanks like this, that's the, it'd be a little bit hard to get any big pieces of wood in. I could do like manzanita or spiderwood, that type of thing, but anything chunky, got to pick the right piece to be able to go in. Haven't put the bulkheads in. You can see those back there. You can see the drain right there we're going to tie into. Still need to install some more power bars, and we're also going to put the air pump inside of here. Some people asked about humidity. Well, the water, whatever that rises up out of here, is going to be pumped out by the air pump. We're going to install it up in here. We're also going to bring this air line down and over, so it's a little bit easier to get to, because right now, as you can see, from this point to there would be very difficult to get to. You'd need like go-go gadget arms. So right now we're just putting the tanks in for fit and finish so that Kyle here can get all of the wood trimming kind of done, or not done, but at least mocked up before we stain and all that. And so yeah, it's early in the morning, it's about 10 a.m. We're gonna keep going. Alright, well, didn't have to be a 2-man job, but it made it way easier. We got the airline rerun, or lower, so now we can get a hold of it real easy. We just dropped it down across the back there, and so not right above the tank, about a foot or so, runs all the way along, and then we kind of go upwards, and we installed the shelf. Now I'm going to move the air pump from over there to over here. That way we've got that plug-in right there. It's like we put that plug in there, but that was there when I moved in. It just makes sense. Like, put the air pump there. That'll be awesome. So I'm going to do that. Then we can, we're going to plumb in these bulkheads real quick, and then Kyle can do his magic, and he's already got wood cut out, and he's going to start skinning this whole thing up. And but we got to make sure we're ready to go. Ooh, we cannot forget to install the power strips. We'll be very sad if we do that. So I'm going to put the camera down and get back to it real quick. So we're doing some final, well not final, but some fitment right around the drain pipe that goes around here. It's going to match in pretty nicely. And then we've got the air pump installed now. Now that we've done all the prep work, that only took about 5 minutes to move it over and cap off the other one. So now, run the drains, and then it's all Kyle at that point. That's all his specialty. So I'm just the guy that makes stuff, I guess, drain with water. That's what I do. Alright, well, we've got all 4 in, they're all plumbed, and I just realized I'm 30 minutes late to a consult appointment, so I'm putting the camera down, I'm calling that person, apologizing profusely. Emily, if you're watching, super sorry, lost track of time, but I'll make it up to you. And now Kyle, now that I'm not holding him back, can work on this, and we come back, probably it's going to look amazing, but I got to get to work. Super sorry, on the way. So, done with my call, and Kyle works quick, that's what I know, because I was only away for less than an hour, and we're getting trimmed out pretty darn good here. Look at this. This is going to come, I don't know, this is better than I was envisioning. I don't know what I was envisioning, but it's blocking out all the right pieces. It comes up above the trim here. You can see where the black trim would have been. You've done that perfect. And then now we're playing with hinging. That's this whole weird hinge, and wow, that actually fits pretty good. This is the first time I've seen it, and I knew I was wanting it to do this. A flush mount right here, and we got a couple of screws poking through, so we'll work on that. But man, you can imagine if that was cut to the right level, and we just got a pull right here, and you go whoop, and you can lift it all the way up. Although it's a little loose. We'll have to figure out what we're going to do there. But it's got the travel. I couldn't, well, I'm not going to say the internet you can find anything, but I was having a hard time finding anything that would do 180 directly. So basically, we just need a way for this to be held up, I think. And it's not going to be this long. That's the thing, is like right now it looks really long, but the reality is it's only going to be this big, so about half. So it'll probably only come up to about here or so. And if we have a little thing that would like hold it, I think that'd be fine.
Yeah.
You see how good this looks, Jimmy? Like, look at this. It fits in.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it's going to be rad and totally block out all that light.
That's
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, those hinges were expensive, but I'm impressed it's fitting that well.
Yeah, fit perfect.
I mean, that's... I don't think you can do much better than that. That's going to be nice. So yeah, once we do all the little finish trim, it's going to be like maple all the way around and stuff like that. And we'll get something on the brain. I know my brain or your brain. We'll come up with something that
I like that it
holds
up.
this. It only holds it to here because it's a little weak.
It's a little loose.
It's a little...
Okay.
You can buy like industrial strength ones, but I couldn't find them. And I was having a hard time finding weight limits.
So how many of these do you have to attach to get a big old piece of wood?
So far, I about enough to do 3 on each, I think. But we can, you know, because it's all... I'm thinking like if we did 1 here, 1 in the center, and then 1 here, I think that's enough for 1 little panel.
Yeah.
The other ones that we had bought were, they would only come out like this. And that would just mean they're all going to sit out like this, and that's just not good.
Yeah, that's not...
So if we can get them to do that, that's pretty optimal, I feel like.
Yes.
We need some little catch system or something that'll make that happen. Or I wonder if there's like a way to lock this. I don't know. Well, we got to play with them some more, but I'm impressed. For 1 hour, like a lot got done in an hour. Like this really started coming together. I think it's gonna look amazing. I'm super stoked. Yeah, we did that earlier when you weren't here, but we got the pump done and we dropped it down and it's running silent in there. It's gonna look really good. Like really good, I think.
Yeah.
All right, well I'm gonna set this down so we can talk and figure out where we go from here. But man, I am just in love so far. It looks amazing. All right, well, it's another day. It was Saturday today, so we did the live stream. Got Kyle working over there on the stand today. I've got to move this 300-gallon tote. It's time to put a sump on the 800-gallon. So, it's starting to drain. Got to get all the water out, absolutely everything, and then we're going to attempt to lift it up and over all that stuff and get it into the corner over there after moving all that stuff. So that's where we're at. And I guess I can show you what Kyle's doing. He's been making wood putty. It's gonna be loud, so pardon the noise. We'll probably turn this down quite a bit. You won't be able to hear me very much, but hey, you gotta make do. Alright guys, well, we got the tote moved. We have in the corner now, instead of a hammock, we have a 300-gallon tote. And I'm going to talk through what I got to do, because it's going to be hard to do this, but essentially, this overflow, which is connected down to this bulkhead down here, I'm going to put a loop in it, so basically it comes up, which this is off to the side at the moment. We'll make it straight, but it comes up, and we're going to set the level in here. So like it might come up this high, then come over, and then down into the drain that's right here, right? So we got a drain, we're going to make it come into the drain right there. Then what we're going to do, we've got to come back behind the 800-gallon, and if you see that bigger pipe, we have to cut that, put in an elbow, run water all the way over into here, boom, make that happen, and then we got to build a filter in here and all that kind of stuff. So there's quite a bit to actually do and get done. I'm going to kind of just chime in as I get things done. I don't know how far I'm going to get today. It took a lot to get this up and over and move over the computers and stuff, so my goal, hopefully, get that plumbed in and get water draining into here. So we won't be pumping any water or filtering any water yet, but the wastewater, so the wastewater that comes from the 800-gallon will land in here, which is still pretty darn good water. Keep the turtle nice and clean, which I gotta build turtle stuff, all that kind of stuff still. And then eventually it'll make its way out of the system. So that is the main goal. Now I just have to get started on it. So here we go. Well, we're working on the plumbing, watching Steam Fod on the big screen there, live streaming. And I've got the first loop in, so if we go way back here, water will overflow, come into here, boom, go out the drain. And we've got it set a bit higher than the bulkhead, so that way we'll still be able to have a turtle bask and all that. Now, my goal is, you gotta get the water from there to here. Not so hard. I just gotta run some pipe. Well, I say not so hard, but I still have to cut. So I think I gotta get my Sawzall out and see what I can get done. And I might have to strap it to the wall here as well. So that's the next problem. Well, wouldn't be a project if I didn't get water all over the floor, and I already made a hardware store trip, and might have made something pretty bad. Let me show you. So I got water on the ground. You're probably going, why is the water on the ground? Well, I started to Sawzall basically that bigger pipe right there, and it loosened the bulkhead. So then the bulkhead started draining water. I had to run and grab channel locks to tighten it back up. And if I'm really unlucky, it's still dripping water, like right there. I might have broken the seal on the ABS pipe to the bulkhead. If that's the case, then I need to keep the water level down low and replace that, because I won't be able to reseal it in. So that would be an ultimate bad scenario, because I don't think I can order up a 2-inch bulkhead before I go to Chicago, which means maybe I don't have auto water change for 4 days, which isn't the end of the world, but you know, all of a sudden the water level's got to hang out down here. That's kind of cool. Got to hang out down here and just be ghetto. So hopefully it didn't crack it. It's just dripping from the water that was coming out, and then I can get this all plumbed up and it'll work. So we'll see. Right now I'm draining the water down so that if I go to cut again and I loosen that bulkhead on the outside, the water level will be low enough that it should not be a problem. That is the hope. That also means we're going to do about a 40% or 30%. Let's see, what is that? That's probably, I'm going to say that's like 35% water change, because that's going to be the safe way. Instead of putting it on my floor, we can back flush the filters, and then we'll refill it back up, and that's just safer. So now I wait. It takes, I'm probably going to 30 minutes of waiting for water to drain, so. Well, it's 8 o'clock. Things are not going to plan at all at this point. Jimmy's still editing. We're filling water. That's technically happening. Once it finally gets to the top, we should see if this whole plan is going to work. Basically, we've got the water coming down to here. This I'm going to build out. I got to build out all the filtration still. All that's still got to happen. But water should drop in, and then I put in a shower drain, which is a 2-inch bulkhead basically that you buy at any hardware store at the Quick, because they have them in stock. And then water's going to fall down here. Now the problem is I got my basking, as you can see, basking. My UV burnt out during the move, so I'm going to replace that. But I need to build somewhere for the turtle to hang out. Now, you can see the algae line right there. Well, we raised the water up a bit, so I need to build a whole new basking platform, and I've been meaning to do this for like months. And so now is kind of the time I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a dedicated video to it. Here's all the parts. Well, a lot of the parts you use a lot of PVC. You use a tile and some other things, and I'm going to shoot that video now, and hopefully you guys get to see the end product. Well, I think it's after 9 now. We've got the big tank filled up. Lights are out, but the water does flow through here into this, which I gotta, as we talked about earlier, build the whole sump. I built the turtle ramp and dock and all that, so we're gonna play with that and see how that goes. I gotta sneak up super slow on Pineapple because she runs a lot of times with the new setup because she's not used to it yet. But you can see her right there. They're putting her head back already. But she loves it. I gotta, change the basking light still, and there's a modification to do, but I want to at least show you guys her enjoying the new bigger basking spot. She just comes right up on the ramp there. And yeah, she's enjoying it quite well, I think. I just noticed actually, I gotta fit that pipe in a little bit better. But otherwise, I'll do that right now actually. Easy enough, all fixed now, but since her basking platform moved a bit, now she's all tucked up in her shell. But she's an albino red-eared slider, for those of you that are new to the channel and have never seen her before. And yeah, now he's got to get it plumbed to the entire 800 gallon.